What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ghost. I'm dropping this video today to give you guys some insight on what software and different apps I use to basically keep up with my trucks, keep up with my driver pay. It's really, I use one software. It's called ITS Dispatch. That basically takes care of everything. That takes care of all my driver pay, my loads, give me load numbers, just makes everything very simple and easy to just keep up with. It's simple data entry, and then you just click a mouse and it does everything for you. That's what I use to factor loads. It's really what I use to do everything with. And then I also use like my GPS for the trucks, my e-logs. I also use Google Voice. You know, I use a lot of different things to basically keep in contact with my drivers, keep in contact with my loads. I mean, it's very simple. I mean, the technology age has really made trucking very, very user-friendly for, you know, I guess the newer guys coming into the industry. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One thing I didn't mention in that authority video was something that, you know, people don't really take into consideration either, is how to get paid. Whether you decide to factor, whether you decide to just wait the whatever net 30, net 60, net 90 terms, whatever terms it is. You know, for me, I factor loads, and then at the same time, depending on the loads, I'll basically just wait the time period. Like when I first had my authority established, I had some money stacked up, so I could basically take a load that paid like $4 grand, and I could sit and wait like maybe 30, 60 days because I had the bread to basically keep on moving. But as time goes by and money starts to get spent and you have repairs and breakdowns, that whole emergency stash gets limited. And then another thing is, I'm not real big on using credit cards and credit. I mean, I use credit, I think in the beginning, but I hate credit. So I had to hurry up and pay that debt off. I actually use credit to, as like emergencies for like if I had a breakdown or like when my radiator busted, I had to use a credit card because I didn't want to use my cash. So yeah, I mean, it all depends. Like I said before, when you come out here, to make it life so much easier, it's better to just, you know, use different techniques to keep yourself, you know, ahead of the learning curve. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check it out. These are just some things I use to keep my fleet maintained. I mean, and hey, it might work for you, it might not. The link is in the description if you guys want to check out the website that, you know, I use to set all this stuff up. So yeah, love, peace, prosperity. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll check y'all in the next one.
Alright, so this right here is basically ITS Dispatch. Here is basically the simple layout of how it works. These are basically, you got load manager. Here's where you can go to find all your loads. Here's all your admin stuff to add customers. Here's your maintenance info, sales, your accounting. This is where you can pay your drivers, and you can also do invoicing for your loads. Here's where you go to enter your load info. You just click on it, and you basically just go to bill to, put in the broker or customer, and then you have the shipper, you have the receiver, and down here is where you can do all your miles, where you put in your empty miles, and then you put in your loaded miles. It'll basically calculate everything for you. So then that way, you just later on you can go to the point where it goes to save your, well, basically pay your drivers. Like say if something, we'll go to, we'll say right here. Let's click on this load. So this load basically, you go down here, we'll say if it had, we'll put in 50 empty miles, and then you go to pro calculate, so then it basically adds up all your miles, and then boom, it basically calculates everything, And then over here, you just put in 1301 for the miles, and then you just put in the empty miles. And then once you hit save, it'll go back to the point where you go to pay the driver, and it will do everything you need it to do. So that's basically ITS dispatch. But this is what I use to do everything. I use this to basically run my trucks, pay my drivers, just the whole 9 yards. Everything is calculated through here. It does IFTA, it does maintenance, it does everything I need it to do, and boom, it makes running a trucking company so much simpler. I basically can keep track of all my trucks, all my drivers, everything through this one website. It's ITS Dispatch. It's on truckstop.com. Just go to the simple Google, and it's right there, and boom, it's everything you need. I mean, doesn't get any simpler than this. Anybody that wants to run a fleet or even run one truck operation, boom, right there. Here's a list of some of the brokers that I deal with, so you guys can see that too. Basically, it's like I said, it's very simple, and this is what I use to just keep track of everything that has to do with steel hog and transportation is done right out of ITS Dispatch. I mean, it's trucking made simple. So, that being said, I hope this video helped everyone out. I hope this, ITS Dispatch, just go to Google, put in truckstop.com or ITS Dispatch, and it'll pop right up. It's very simple to find once you get started. For me, I pay, I think, like $50 a month, and I mean, it does everything for me. Just make sure you make that payment on time, otherwise they'll lock you out. But other than that, I mean, it's the easiest way to maintain a fleet is right through here. It only takes a second. I can factor, do everything through this one website. So yeah, that's basically it. Boom. So here's my iPad. Well, one of them. This is the iPad that I use to basically dispatch my trucks, watch my trucks, do everything I need to do trucking wise. I can basically run it all through the iPad. Let's start off with, as you guys can see, view. That's where I can GPS the trucks to see their exact location. Connect is basically my Nextraq, which is my e-logs. I can basically go in and check on my drivers, see everything about e-logs, where they're at, what they're doing, their hours of service, and blah blah blah. I'm gonna do a video on Nextraq and my review on it. The load board, that's DAT, TQL, Convoy, Uber. Those are some of the load boards that I use. I actually have specific brokers that I either go through, and I have a couple direct shipping accounts that are local that, if I want to run local freight, I can do that. Right here we have Google Voice. This is what I use to basically, I have a Google Voice number that I use to dispatch my drivers from. So I put in all the load info, everything they need to do. I basically send it through the Google Voice number. So it keeps a record of, their loads and everything else. Gmail, because, I have emails. And then GroupMe, this is what I use to basically talk to my drivers. We all basically got the app. We have a certain little group. It's called Steel Hog and Transportation, where we all basically can log in and we can talk to each other. I can keep them up to date with, FMCSA, any type of permits, registration, anything, any type of issues or current events that I need to speak on. We can speak on through GroupMe. If they have any questions, comments, concerns, they can just talk to me through GroupMe. DocuSign, I use that to basically sign any rate cons,